Norway costs 3 times more than most European countries. A coffee is $6. A basic hotel room in Bergen is $200 a night. Most people hear these numbers and remove Norway from their list. Those people are making a mistake because Norway offers something that no cheaper destination can replicate. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what that is, why it is worth it, and how to make a Norway trip cost significantly less than most people think. Most people know about Norwegian fjords from photographs. What photographs cannot communicate is the scale. Geringer Fjord, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is approximately 15 kilometers long. The walls on either side rise almost 1 kilometer above the water. The color of the water is a specific shade of blue-green caused by glacier melt mixing with seawater. When you take the boat through Geringer Fjord, the walls are close enough that the engine echo bounces back from the cliffs. In spring and early summer, temporary waterfalls appear on the cliff faces wherever snow is melting, sometimes dozens of them simultaneously. Seven Sisters is the most famous, 7 parallel falls dropping from the same plateau. Photographs show you what it looks like. They cannot show you how it feels. The Northern Lights are Norway, other world-famous attraction. The lights are visible from northern Norway, specifically Tromsø and the Lofoten Islands, between October and March, but they are not guaranteed. They depend on solar activity, which varies, and on clear skies, which Norway does not always have. The realistic expectation: if you spend 5 to 7 nights in northern Norway between November and February, you have a reasonable chance of seeing the lights at least once. The lights range from a faint green shimmer to full displays of green, purple, and white bands moving across the sky. Book a guided tour rather than waiting independently. Tour operators track solar activity and will contact you at any hour when conditions are right. Why is Norway so expensive? Norway is one of the wealthiest countries on Earth per capita because of oil. The Norwegian government discovered oil in the North Sea in the 1960s, and instead of spending the revenue immediately, they established a sovereign wealth fund that currently holds over $1.6 trillion in assets. Wages are high because even service workers are paid well, and everything cascades from there. The result is a country with virtually no poverty, excellent public infrastructure, and prices that reflect a society where even a barista earns a genuine living wage. When you pay $6 for a coffee in Norway, you are paying into a social system that actually works. Here is how to make Norway affordable. Travel in shoulder season. May and early September offer good weather, fewer crowds, and accommodation prices 30 to 40% lower than peak July. Stay in cabins rather than hotels. Use supermarkets. Norwegian supermarkets, Rema 1000 and Kiwi, are the budget options. Have good prepared food at prices far lower than restaurants. A supermarket dinner for two costs around $20 compared to $80 at a sit-down restaurant. And the most spectacular scenery, the fjords, the mountains, the trails, is completely free. Norway charges no entry fees to its national parks or scenic areas. The cost of Norway is accommodation and food. Everything else is yours without any charge. Most visitors go to Bergen, Oslo, and Flam. These are beautiful places. But Norway's best-kept travel secret is the Lofoten Islands, an archipelago above the Arctic Circle where red and yellow fishing cabins sit at the base of dramatic peaks that rise directly from the sea. The islands are small enough to drive across in 2 hours, but the landscape is so varied. Fjords, white sand beaches, fishing villages, mountain trails, that people spend 2 weeks there. The light in summer is unlike anything else. Norway is above the Arctic Circle, meaning in June and July there is no true darkness. The midnight sun hangs low on the horizon, casting orange light across the water at 2 in the morning. The Lofoten Islands are what most people picture when they imagine Norway, and most tourists never actually go there. Tap water in Norway is some of the cleanest in the world. Drink from the tap. Never buy bottled water. The Bergen Railway from Oslo to Bergen is considered one of the most scenic train routes on Earth and costs around $50 if booked in advance. Rental cars allow you to reach places no tour bus goes, but many scenic roads involve narrow, single-lane sections with passing points. Drive slowly and pull over for local vehicles. The Norwegian right to roam law means you can legally walk, camp, and kayak almost anywhere in nature, even on private land, as long as you respect it. Here is the honest case for Norway. It is expensive. It requires planning. But Norway is one of those places that people return from and struggle to explain to others, because the scale of what you see is difficult to put into words or photographs. The fjords, the northern lights, the midnight sun, the silence of a mountain trail in September. Norway asks you to pay more. In return, it gives you landscape that does not exist anywhere else on Earth. That trade, for most people who make it, turns out to be worth it. If this video helped you plan a real Norway trip, drop a like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. Tomorrow, another country worth knowing. See you then.